to action. Insights alone won't move the needle, action does. Epiphany to action is the podcast for executives, entrepreneurs, and decision makers who don't just want to think about change, but let it.
Welcome back to a new episode of From Epiphany to Action. I'm Aisha Cecilia, and this season we are not staying in surface level. Beloveds, we are moving from chaos to clarity, from, the word of fertilizer. Is this it? Is this all of what we want? No, I don't want it. So I had the OMG moments as well. So I'm finally getting there to share with you. So I have one question. Let me ask. Have you ever finally launched that project, built a brand, signed the client, wrote the book, stood on the stage, only to feel absolutely nothing inside? What do you think? You did it. Of course you did it. And yet you are feeling empty. That's not a failure. That's not a failure. That's the first thing I have to tell you. What I discover is that it's this connection with your inner self, a deep disconnection. And today, in this episode, we are going all about that. And one of the biggest lies also that we told ourselves, and most of us is still telling ourselves, is that building something impressive means we are, will feel fulfilled. That when we have achieved that thing, that goal, then we are wow. But the reality is different. So let's get it. I'm moving from a personal story, right? Everything you hear from me, from my podcasts, are especially from my own experiences, education, background, and everything. Why? Because I can't go wrong telling you my story from my point of view. So that's why I always take a little bit of story of mine to give you a better example and insight of the things that I want to share with you, the information that I want to download. Uh, uh, and it's very important to know as well that you have the choice to do anything with it that's in your favor. Okay? So I've been there more than once that I achieved, what I wanted, and I was there on stage. I got the applause and I was feeling empty. It wasn't enough, and it was like a burning that made me chase more, more. And it wasn't that I was ungrateful. It's that I had to build it from a place of proving myself. And we are living in a community, and there are a lot of bias and everything. And if it comes to us, we had to work harder to prove ourselves again and again as a woman. And me, I'm a black woman with all the beauty, but still, I need to prove myself. And that was like something that was eating me up. Because how and why do I have to prove myself? For who? To who? And I didn't want to be in that place anymore, any longer. It was too exhausted for me. And that emptiness came from there, and it became my clue. That in your dashboard in the car, you have that light, that red light. It was like how do you say, check engine light, that red dot in your dashboard. So what it brought to me was like, I start asking myself questions. What did I forget to bring into all of this? and that I still feel empty. What was that? What is it? And most of the time, we fail to bring in our true self, our authentic self, our identity, our truth, our joy, our softness, the powerful balance of the masculine and the feminine power that we have, that energy into our lives, personal lives, in our business. And when I reached there, it didn't stop there. That was just the beginning. And so what I did, I spent most of the time of the hours of the day creating and developing a lot of things. Maybe you do the same. You create, you think, you strategize, you bring into life beautiful things, life changing projects. But if you're not bringing all of you into it, you're just building for the applause, for the money. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, you end up feeling empty because you're not in alignment. I hope you get to this point and that that you get there where I want to bring you right now, because being in this uh in this development brought me as well. As I said, the WTF moments was there, all of it, and the sorrow, the sadness, and everything. I just got in and sit in there. That's what I can tell you as well. Go sit in that situation, sink in it, embrace it to understand what's going on so you can make a step forward. So let me give you my 3 of my epiphany moments. The first one was the version of you who once dreamed about this isn't the only one allowed to lead it. What I want to say is you have to identify yourself in everything. Allow yourself to be you in completely. Just don't hold back on anything. Give yourself permission to be you. And that's why, you were we got a lot of changes. We got a lot of challenges as well. So these challenges bring change. And at the end, if you sit in silence, you will understand that you need the silence, you need all that, the challenges to evolve. That's one thing I got from it. One of my epiphany moments. I hope you can embrace this as well and you can use it. Maybe you won't have the same 3 epiphanies as I have, but let me share the second one. The second one was for me that your success means nothing if it costs you. If your soul isn't in it, it's not sustainable. You can't keep going on. And honestly, when I was there, pasting every crack, doing everything for nobody to see and watch and discover what was going on with me, going through that emptiness and everything, at a certain point, I broke. Of course, I'm human. You're human. And that brought me as well to the epiphany of it's not sustainable. You can't keep going on. At a certain point, you have to stop and think about what is really going on. Okay? And the third epiphany for me was that real fulfillment begins when you choose authenticity over performance. And a lot of you already knows I've been performing as a little girl on stage, singing, dancing, and everything. That's still in there, but performing in life, you can't do that for a long time, as I said before. And especially out of yourself. So be authentic, quit lying to yourself, be real to yourself. And if it no longer works for you, embrace that as well. Be honest with yourself. Let who you are catch up with what you've created or what you are creating. So find that authentic you in there. Choose you first above all. All of this flows honestly from self-love because That's red thread that I discover going through all of this, that I have to start loving myself first. Because if I wasn't there, if I wasn't doing it, loving myself first, how can I be valuable for you, you know? And we are going into that later in another episode. So take that from me, these 3 epiphany moments. I hope you get a lot out of it, to think about it. And it's purposefully created to help you. Maybe you are there, maybe somebody else is there that you know. Share it with me, talk about it. It's good to do that. And as I always do, I always wrap up with some affirmations, things that I do for myself and that I use in my daily life, as I said, to empower myself. Of course, I coach, I help, I train, I empower others, but I have to empower myself as well. Of course, I have coaches around me to do the job, but when I'm alone, I've got to do it on my own. So these affirmations that I'm sharing with you, take your time. I do it for myself, like repeating 7 times. Take my time to think about it, reflect on it, write things down, because when you write things down, it gets down. You anchor it in your subconscious. Do it. Just don't type it. Don't use your keyboard. Use just pencil and paper, just like the early days, the old times. Write it down. Anchor it in your system. Okay, these affirmations that I'm sharing with you. And you can even make a music out of it. Dance on it. Make it your own and use it to your own evolution. Okay. So the first one, I allow my joy to lead the way. I myself allow myself to lead the way. Again, I repeat, I allow my joy to lead the way. The second one, my success is rooted in my wholeness. My success is rooted in my wholeness. Okay? And for you to take action right after these affirmations, I give you a challenge for this week. And that's, take your time to audit your business, your project, personal life, and ask yourself a few key questions to start with it. And you can deepen it as long as you want, make something beautiful out of it. Use these questions that I'm going to share with you to start and just build it for yourself. The first question you can ask yourself is, where am I still performing in my life, in my business, in my relationships? And you can put a lot of situations behind that. The key is to find out, where are you still performing? Another question is, where can I insert more presence, more authenticity, more of you? Yeah. Take this other one as well. Does my work still reflect my truth? Does my work still reflect my truth? And be honest. Be honest to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. That time is over. The moment you stepped in and start listening this podcast of mine, it's over to lie to yourself. Now it's time to grow, to evolve. Okay? And don't be too hard on yourself. Be gentle. Love yourself more. Your answer, which answer you may have, isn't a mistake, isn't a failure. It's just feedback for you, food stuff for you to work on. Okay? Or to work at. It leads you to that freedom that you are looking for a long time. So take your time, think about it, move forward, and know that I am leaving you with these key thoughts. Success without self can never satisfy. Okay? Just hold on to that. You have to enjoy that success, but being completely you. And that is where I am at this point. I can enjoy, not that I did, I enjoyed everything. A lot of you were there with me. But now I'm feeling more in tune, in alignment with all of me and all that I can share with you as well. And that is where I want to bring you. Okay? That's why I'm sharing this information with you. And take a moment to get into the self-love focus. You will get this part every week from now on. I will share these things with you every week. Find fulfillment through identity alignment. Alignment with yourself, your inner self, your soul, your being. You can only share from the abundance you carry and not from the lack. Okay? I leave you with this thought. And before I go, beloveds, I just went deep in. Don't forget to follow me, tag me in the comments, just engage with me, subscribe on all my channels, Spotify, YouTube, and I'm on TikTok as well, where I download a lot of information from other creators as well. Interesting things that just pass my path. I share on TikTok. And from now on, you can join the Epiphany family. On my link tree, you will get that form. You can subscribe and enjoy all the information I am going to share with you, our team. And, it's all for free. Just take it, get in there. And if you are subscribed, in the very, very near future, I will be starting to share more wonderful, valuable content with the close members. Means that you have to be on the list. If you're not on the list, this kind of information won't reach you. You won't get it because I'm not going to share all of it out here. And I really want you to get in. So subscribe now and get on the list. And don't forget, hold on to the love. Hold on to that love, self-love, and give it. You have to flow in it, receive it, and share. Amazing. You can only be bold of that. And keep moving from a space of love and kindness. Know that you only have one moment to make an impact in somebody else's life. So be kind, be beautiful, be you completely. So next week we are back with another big one. Stay with me, move with me. Okay? Till the next. Bye.